I said you're not 19, forever pull yourself together. Welcome everyone to Vladimir Putin's favourite football podcast, the Onlyfanz Football Podcast. On today's episode we discuss the ongoing power struggle between Malmo and Zenit. Cratton delves into his sincere affection for Marcos Alonso, while Adzi details the sudden sad omission of the Hasenhüttl waistcoat. We have the return of COD of the Week, sponsored once again, funnily enough, this week by dreadful Premier League penalty takers. We hope you enjoy the podcast wherever you're listening, and be sure to follow our Instagram, Spotify and YouTube. Take it easy.
My spidey senses tell me this is gonna get fucking tasty, baby.
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
There's a slice of cheese, Minigo Gianopoulos.
I have a dream.
Arnie, cut!
Badler. The fella in the green and white shirt.
The guys up in the joy have asked to be put back in their cells.
If you stop waffling, we might get some work done.
He has to go, blood. He has to go, blood.
Get out! Get out, Man United!
Origi!
Torres to give Chelsea a place in the Shane Long has done it!
Let me add a little bit of spice to that.
Is he a fucking space?
My grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike.
I think I'm a special one.
I'm the normal one.
I never knew Stoke were that good.
Hello everyone! Welcome. Hello! Welcome to episode number 10! 10. I can't believe it, Jeff. 10. I can't believe it, Adzi. What's after happening? We go live to Chris Kamara. There's been another episode for the Onlyfanz. But for who? And I can't believe we're here, to be honest with you, man. 10 episodes in. What the fuck? Time flies, man. Time flies. I can't believe it. We should actually try and get Chris Kamara on, you know that? Yeah. I say this be the type of thing he'd do as well. He's looking for money these days. I don't know that for a fact. Apologies to Chris Kamara. To be fair, I love Cammy, to be fair. Like, I say that he's looking for money. He probably has. He fucking is definitely not looking for money at all. I love Cammy. Big love to Chris Kamara. I know he's listening. Since it's episode 10, I've done my little preparation here. I'm going to give a shout out to all the international fans that have listened to the Onlyfanz Football Podcast so far. To listeners from London. Boo! I think they're from Chelsea. I think they're on the Chelsea side of things. So thanks very much. And listeners from Brazil, and I'm going to name the place they are from, Monte Claro, Minas Gerais. That is the place in Brazil. Shout out to Algeria, Canada, Peru, Greece, Malta, and of course the USA. USA. I've had enough of the US, man, after the Ryder Cup, I'll be honest with you. Stop, man. Stop that. That is all courtesy of Buzzsprout, our podcast host. So thanks very much for those stats. Big love to all the countries listening. Big love to the US, England, London, wherever everyone's from. We appreciate the love as ever. Thanks very much. 10 episodes in. We're going to name this one the what? I'm going to go with the Bruno Fernandes for the shithouses. I think it's only right. Right, Adzi, I'm going to start. How was your week? Do you know what, Crad? We always say it every week. Oh, God. The weeks are long. The weekends are slow. No, it was a good week. It was a good week. College was good. Tired, but good. The people in college, man, make it so much easier to go in, I have to say. It's a real pleasure every day. Friday came around and I was up in Stradbrook, Cabinteely, Shelbourne 2, Cabinteely 0. Shells now 10 points clear at the top of the table with, I think, 4 games left. A win the weekend should see Shells up. Really looking forward to Friday, I have to say. I was coming home to training and I was actually thinking about the match and I'm starting to be nervous about it, to be honest with you. But I'm looking forward to it. But one of the highlights of the match, Grant, the referee had an earpiece. The linesman, had an earpiece, obviously to chat to the referee. And he kept touching it. It kept coming out of his ear and he kept putting it back in and all that. And the Shells fans started singing, linesman, touch your ear. Linesman, touch your ear. And whenever he touched his ear, people celebrated like a goal.
And then he came out in the second half with, I'd say, half a roll of sellotape on his neck with the earpiece in because he wasn't listening to the fans the whole half. But yeah, that was my weekend. And then I didn't really do much on Saturday. Watching the Ryder Cup as well, as I know you were. And yeah, I suppose I'll go over to you. How was your weekend? How was your week?
First of all, I'd just like to say, Shells are about to walk the league, so I'm very happy for you, Adzi. And I've seen the video.
Thanks, Grant. Thank you.
I've seen the video of Kevin Teely and all the Shells fans singing. I was pissing myself. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
So
we took over the clubhouse in Kevin Teely for the half time. It was good crack. Anyways, but
yeah, my week. I'd say I had a fabulous week. That's the way I'm going to describe it. Fabulous. But yeah, on Monday it was like something out of the Matrix because we were here recording the podcast, and I ran down the road straight after we finished. I ran to get to 39A, got it into town. I was in town by 7 in a place called Wilton Terrace, very south side, very very posh, and people were playing.
It sounds like a south side place. Sorry, continue.
People were playing the likes of Kings of Leon, Oasis on the speaker, and that's when I knew I was in the south side. Because usually you'd hear something like MK going off on the speaker in the canal. They were playing fucking
I'm not
Oasis.
having a knock before MK.
And I went to a gaffer, and it was nice to be back at a gaffer. First time since lockdown, proper one. And it was my mate's 20th, so happy birthday, Dara, if you're listening. Then on Wednesday, I did it all again. So it was just, we're living the college lifestyle, baby. That's what we're living.
It was so nice. We just had to do it twice.
Shout out to Mr. Usyk as well. But yeah, I have to say, Wednesday, did it again. Went to PMax, had to knock down a few Guinness. Knew the barman there. Shout out to Oren for pouring me a few lovely Guinness that I knocked down. I was having a fucking feast. And you know what? Or sorry, I can't say a second name. Shout out to Adam. Another Adam. a very avid Celtic supporter who I recommended the podcast to a potential listener. So if you're listening, Adam, greetings from Onlyfanz.
Hello.
You'll never look back after listening to this podcast. Yeah, other than that, quiet week. Watched Europe getting a clattern, and it was very depressing. I suppose we'll move on to the Prem fixtures. I'll let you lead with the United and Aston Villa game.
Well, thank you very much, Con. And Man United Aston Villa 12:30 on a Saturday morning. To be fair, sounds good. But when it's up against Man City and Chelsea at 12:30 on a Saturday morning, you know which one you're going to watch. So seemingly, well, I say seemingly, this is why the United match was moved to 12:30 kickoff, was because the Courtiers were playing in Old Trafford that night.
You're not 19 forever.
Put yourself together. I think I'll sing that in the intro, you know that. But yeah, good win for Villa, man. Bloody hell, what a win for Villa. I couldn't believe it now. I said to myself, this has the hallmarks for a United win every day of the week, twice on Sundays. The first big chance came for, and it was an absolute certain. I mean, it was an absolute howler from a Villa perspective. Ball came into Matt Target, middle name off, as in Matt off Target. It was an awful miss, man. They should have been 1-0 there and then, and Villa were actually very good the whole game. They put good pressure on United for most of the game, and David De Gea got very, very lucky. Harry Maguire, who seemingly out injured now, Luke Shaw as well. In this case, Maguire fired the ball back to De Gea, and De Gea just got a foot on it. And yeah, Watkins, man, he should have scored, and he didn't. He didn't make it 1-0. And like at this point, it looked like Villa could have been like a 1 or 2 up easily. And this saw in first half. Corny Hauser gets away from Cavani so easy, and boom, whacks it into the goal. Hint of offside. Similar situation to the Leicester game last week, but it wasn't given. Poor officiating again, I suppose. There's no consistency at all, is there? But it was really the last 90 plus minutes, man, just where the magic happened. I swear to God. Like, we looked during the week, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, God bless him, comes out on Friday afternoon, or like say Thursday or Friday afternoon, And he goes, a certain someone was saying, since a certain someone said we were getting too many penalties, we haven't gotten any. The person he's speaking of, by the way, is Klopp, of course. And since Klopp has said that, Liverpool have gotten 2 penalties and United have gotten 6, including the one on Saturday. And anyways, here's where the poetry happens. They get a penalty in the last minute. And anyways, Bruno picks the ball up. And I have to say, I literally have written here, Martinez, Shithausen, Love Heart. What a great bit of mind games for him. He was in Bruno's head. He's pointing to Ronaldo. He's saying, "Oh, give Ronaldo the penalty. Give Ronaldo the penalty." And you can see Pogba marshalling Ronaldo away. And he's quite confident. Pogba, he's a confident player anyways. But he's very confident in Bruno scoring. You just knew it wasn't right. When Bruno's stepping up to take a penalty, he doesn't do his little shimmy, his little shuffle. And he just hoofs it over.
We were talking about the astronauts playing heads and volleys last week. That's what it was like.
I have it here. I have it here. Elton John and David Bowie playing heads and volleys with Bruno's penalty. After the game, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was saying that what the Villa players were doing before and after the penalty, crowding the United player, crowding Bruno. He said that's not what they should be doing. And this is the same Ole Gunnar Solskjaer who was with the great Man United teams, treble winning teams and all this. That's exactly what they did. And I know football is a different game, but pot, kettle, black, like you can't give out about this. He can't anyways. Poor result for United, great result for Villa. I'd say really good result for Villa. I had one of my mates was over in Old Trafford and he was saying that, he just never got off, never got to the races. So that probably explains it, but yeah, good result for Villa.
Yeah, you're dead right about Ollie and complaining. Like, you can't just complain about the nature of the game. Like, you have to go out, set your team up right, win the game, stop fucking talking and win the game. You know what I mean? And he has a problem with that. He has a problem with that because he's under pressure at the moment from the fans. He needs to step up and win more games because I think United have lost to Villa, West Ham, Young Boys. You need to be winning these.
I believe I said on one of the podcasts recently that United will be up there. I think it was after they beat Newcastle at home, but it's looking increasingly, I think it'll be tough for them, I think they'll find it hard.
They have won 4 out of 5 in the league, so I wouldn't like to jump to conclusions too easy.
Yeah, look, it remains to be seen. They'll definitely be in top 4, 100%.
So, Man City, Chelsea, very disappointing. 1-0 to Man City at Stamford Bridge. Not going to lie to you, Andy, I was quite ticked at this game. I was quite ticked. It was a very good game of football, very technically good game of football between very good teams. And even though Chelsea lost, even though we lost, I'm not too disheartened because City were just unbelievable. I have to give them, they were just brilliant in the game. Ruben Diaz was amazing with Laporte. I thought he was fantastic. Some of the blocks he was putting in were impeccable. And they were just great on the day. What Chelsea lacked on the day was, teamwork, not enough confidence playing out from the back for a start. You see you had them pressed up against the hill, up against the corner flag. And Chelsea could not get out. Simply couldn't get out. And teamwork to get out of the City press wasn't good enough. The midfielders were absent. Jorginho, Kovacic, Kante didn't work as a team. And the shape was just off in general. I think the 5-2-1-2 would have been better, or 2-1, sorry. The 5-2-2-1 would have been better in this scenario with 3 attackers. But I think too many defensive players in the end were being played. And I think the only 2 attacking-minded players on the pitch were Werner and Lukaku. So it wasn't good. But even then, like, things that pissed me off in the game, and I don't want to go on a tangent, but Alonso was horrendous. I want him gone. I've said it for the last 3 years now. He's not good enough. 31 years old. Move on from Alonso. For God's sake, you have Chilwell on the bench. And people are saying, oh, he's great for height and all that. Oh, I couldn't give a bollocks, man. Honestly, I couldn't give a bollocks.
I don't want to put the knife in here, but if Chilwell isn't playing, I think it personally says more about him than it does Alonso, because Alonso has been poor. So Chilwell must be doing something training. seemingly, I was reading somewhere he has a bit of a hangover from the Euros. But go on, sorry, continue. Keep saying what you're saying.
But Adzi, this was bad. Like, Alonso's giving away the balls 7-8 times in crucial areas of the pitch. It's not good enough. Simply not. When you're trying to get out of the press, you need a player with a bit more of a low centre of gravity than Alonso.
Yeah.
Like, Alonso is a big lank. Well, yeah, that's the only thing that really annoyed me in the game. I think City were overall better. I have no complaints, and Tuchel wasn't good enough.
Just on the day, I think Chelsea lacked a bit of guile. You know what I mean? I think they lacked a bit of creativity. I'm not going to say you can't give out too much. It's not like you were like dramatically bad. I just think City were great. The press was unbelievable. They were pressing for the last minute. I just think Chelsea lacked real guile in the game. And yeah, you were poor, but you weren't. I'm not going to say you were dramatically bad, but yeah, it wasn't a great game for Chelsea. Anyways.
I'm going to move to the 3 p.m. kickoff. I'm going to start with Everton Norwich, actually. I don't think you did this one. I think I did, actually. So we'll move on.
You did.
Everton were made look great by Norwich. 2-0 to Everton. Farke is left frustrated. No wins in 6 games. You know, that's not good enough, really.
I can't see Norwich getting a win. Genuinely. And I don't want to say that and then for them to play us at Anfield and beat us, but I genuinely can't see them getting a win.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know where it's going to come from, you know. But...
And Farke is, like, in his interview, he's saying, yellow cards and VAR decisions and all this. But, like, realistically, mate, you're going to have to set your team up right to win the bloody game and not having to rely on those things. Because I've seen him in the last 3 or 4 interviews complaining about yellow cards, VAR decisions. It seems like a signal of desperation from him. Norwich are in big trouble again. Talk about yo-yo. Talk about being on the trampoline out in the back garden. They're going down, Jeff. But yeah, in general, I thought Everton, to speak positively about them, I think Doucouré and Mary Gray have specifically had brilliant starts this season. I think they've been absolutely brilliant. Doucouré especially, such a great player, man. He played for Watford. He's moved on to Everton, and this season he's excelling. He's absolutely terrific. It resembles of Yaya Toure. Obviously not as good, but his style of play resembles him.
He strides through games, and to be fair to him, he's a very good player.
Yeah, but I'm not going to just openly compare him to Yaya Toure. I'm just saying his style of play resembles that. Where is Dominic Calvert-Lewin? Where is Lewandowski? I'm wondering, where the hell is he?
I think he's injured. I think he might be injured now until... Could be back after the international break, I'd say, maybe. I don't know.
I think he's gone on the piss.
Yeah, I have Leeds and West Ham here. West Ham 2, Leeds 1 in the end. And man, Leeds could be... We keep saying, man, but Leeds are falling apart. They could be in trouble. They could very much be in trouble. Yeah, it was a good game. Like, I mean, it's two great attacking teams. To be fair, I really am a big fan of West Ham's attack, the likes of Antonio. I'm a big fan of Antonio. But Antonio, Benrahma, they're very good to watch. Just to start the game, Meslier and Fabianski were 2 stars of the shows early on. Great save by Meslier from Benrahma. Really good save. Now Fabianski pulled it off. Pulled off a cracking save from Rafinha and Dallas, to be fair. But Rafinha is so dangerous, I'd say. Like, I mean, he gets the early goal for Leeds. And what a hit. He's a talisman for Leeds. And I think they're lucky they kept him this season because they would have been in trouble. It annoyed me that he got taken off in the second half for Tyler Roberts, but that's neither here nor there. Shackleton and Cresswell debuts for Leeds. I thought 2 lads were good. You'll see at the end, Shackleton, I'm not going to say he was at fault, but yeah, it was a tough one. Souček got a goal then in the second half and VAR ruled it out. And I mean, it was the completely right decision as well because Antonio literally gives Meslier a stone cold stunner. He just takes him out. So it's a definite foul. And yeah, that I mean, you could say Leeds got lucky, but Antonio just took Meslier out. It was a foul all day. Klitsch should have made it 2. Firpo is incredibly bad. I don't know what it is with Barcelona and making terrible fullbacks, but himself and Semedo should just call it off. Fucking hell, they were so bad. For the West Ham goal, he just leaves Bowen so much space, and like West Ham just like score. Like it's a fairly easy goal. The Antonio goal, right, was foreshadowed about Genie Mac about 2 minutes before he scored, he forced his way through Shackleton, a little pirouette, and then Shackleton ended up clearing it out for a corner. But yeah, anyways, fair play position again. Rice to Antonio. Antonio just forces himself past the young Shackleton, and boom.
What a goal, man.
For Antonio. It was a cracking goal, wasn't it?
Just brilliant. The way he flicked it over the defender and just wellied the thing was just brilliant to watch.
Cracking player, man. Cracking goal.
Six goals and 6 for him, by the way.
I think it's 5 and 5, isn't it?
No, 6 and 6, according to Mr. Antonio himself, yeah.
Oh, it must be the Europa League as well, isn't it? Must be.
Yeah.
He's such a good player. And do you know what's funny about Antonio? He started off as a right back, then became a winger, and now he's a striker. So he's had a mad out career. But yeah, I'm delighted for him. Good win for West Ham.
Yeah.
Poor from Leeds.
We will move on. I'm going to move on to Everton. Or sorry, no, I already did that one. I'm going to move on to Leicester versus.
Apologies to anyone listening. It's 25 past 9 on a Monday night. Myself and Cran, we've both had long days of college, and I don't know about him, but I'm absolutely wrecked. So we will probably get a few things wrong, but stick with us anyways, I suppose.
The Everton versus the mighty Burnley. Sean Dyche's Burnley.
No, it's not Everton Burnley.
Oh shit.
Oh man, all of this has to stay in. This is fucking great.
Leicester versus Burnley. The mighty Burnley. Sean Dyche's beautiful Burnley. And I have to say, it was a very good performance from Burnley the other day. And I thought, you know what, 2-2 against Leicester, good result. And I actually thought Maxwell Cornet. I was thinking to myself, how on earth did Burnley sign Maxwell Cornet? He's actually a very good player. It's like watching, I don't know, like Ronaldo playing for Barrow.
Manchester United.
Very good goal from Cornet. And I have to say, Vardy's own goal was absolutely gas. Just headed it into the back of the net. And then he went up the other end, scored an absolute screamer. Went up again, scored the equaliser. So Vardy had a great game. I was thinking of giving him God of the Week because he was just everywhere. He was at his own goal and Burnley's goal as well. And I think it was a good result for Burnley. Good result for Sean Dyche. That's about all there is to it. Leicester, bad start, and that's that.
Yeah, I think Leicester have been surprisingly poor so far, but yeah, Jamie Vardy, man, what a player. It's genuinely as if he's getting better.
Anyways.
Have we got any other 3 o'clockers? I don't know. Do we do or not?
I do. I have one more. Watford, Newcastle.
That's right, yeah.
And I have to say, happy 46th birthday to Deck from the famous duo.
Oh, God.
From the famous duo.
And Deck. The match was shite. Oh, God, that was a cracker. Well, sorry. Continue on. Oh,
yeah. So happy birthday to him. He was there watching the game, and I have to say, I feel sorry for him because he was just watching Newcastle just miss chance after chance. Sean Longstaff with a goal Lazzo.
It was a cracker, actually.
Long range. It was actually a great goal. But other than that, I'm fuming, really. That Saint-Maximin, he's such a good player. But if he had teammates, he'd be dangerous. He's such a fucking good player. And all his teammates are awful. And I feel really bad for him. Because, you know what? He's making chance after chance. He's putting chances on the table for the likes of Willock, Joe Linton. And they're just going ahead and fucking up. And I'm fuming about it. I'm fuming because I've never been so upset watching Match of the Day, watching Willock hit against the goalkeeper or Joe Linton just taking a shot and it just like dribbling wide.
Jacob Murphy in the last minute as well. Jesus Christ. Jesus,
oh my God. It's so annoying, Andy. It's so annoying because Saint-Maximin is much better. He's a very good player. But look, a great game for the cycling goalkeeper. Shout out Ben Foster.
You're full of shout-outs today, man. I hope Anton Deck and Ben Foster listen to the podcast, you know that?
I really do. But yeah, other than that, I think the funniest moment of the game came from Josh King, who scored a goal. All right, he scored like the equaliser, the winner in the last minute. Took his shirt off, ran to the fans, gave them a big hug, jumped into the crowd, and the stewards had to pull him out. And then he looked behind him and he realised he was offside. And the look on his face, he was so annoyed. And
that's the everything in them coming out. That is
very, very funny. And
yeah,
that was...
do you know what? Funny enough, it's actually not a bad result for Newcastle. A point on the road is good for them.
Yeah. But the fact they had so many chances, and Sam Maximan, he's a stunning player. I'd love him. I would love him at Chelsea.
Yeah, my game, Liverpool and Brentford, 5:30 in London. Great stadium. I actually really like the stadium. Brand new. 3-3. What an instant classic, man.
Yeah.
Honest to God, what a game.
I think it was a brilliant game of football.
Yeah, I thought Brentford's goals definitely could have been prevented from a Liverpool standpoint, in the sense that, like, I can't remember the last time we conceded 3. Like, it has been, we haven't conceded 3 this season in the league. And anyways, I think the last time was probably Aston Villa away.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's nearly a year and a half ago. But,
that was 7, Anthony. That wasn't 3.
Yeah, but come here, look at Chelsea know a thing or two about conceding 5 at home to a team that's relegated, but we won't get into it. Liverpool were very wasteful in the game, I thought. I mean, extremely wasteful. The players like Jota, Mane and Salah in particular, we'll talk about them. Look at 100 Premier League goals for Liverpool. It's a cracking record for him. He's a hell of a player, and I genuinely do love him. I would have his children if he wanted me to. That's how much I love him. But he had a chance, man, at 3-2. Like, Brentford were wrecked, man, and he could see it in them. They looked tired, they looked sloppy when we went 3-2 up. But in fairness to them, they still looked dangerous on the attack, and that's where it led to Wiss's goal. He scored a hat-trick, I think, during the week, didn't he, in the League Cup for Brentford? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, he scored an overhead.
He's very good. And, it was a lovely little chipped finish. I mean, he genuinely couldn't have like, placed the ball better. That's how good the goal was. Big shout out to David Raya. I know I said Liverpool were wasteful, but he was unbelievable in that game. He turned into Lev Yashin for the day. He was unbelievable. And I have to say, Sergi Canos was absolutely immense in the game as well, and I was delighted for Canos himself, former Liverpool player. Very happy for him. But Brentford were fully deserving. They deserved the point in the end. We have easily one of the best defences in the league, and we don't want to get into this situation of conceding silly goals like we did the other day. Because like we said about United, look, United lost at home. I know it's a different kettle of fish, but you don't want to get into these situations and concede silly goals, because there will be games where you can't score. And defensively very poor, but Brentford fully deserving of the point, I have to say.
And shout out Ivan Toney as well.
A Liverpool fan, by the way. Like, he said he's a Liverpool fan, and there's rumours kind of circulating now.
Stop that! You're making it worse for me. I love Ivan Toney. Don't mention Liverpool in the same sense as Ivan.
I love Ivan Toney even more when he's donned in a Liverpool jersey next week.
Yeah. Anyways, a great performance and a great game of football. I heard it was the best.
Yeah,
game
instant classic, man. I think for the neutral, you'd be absolutely loving it. You would.
Yeah, I was watching the Ryder Cup while I was on, so I was gutted to miss that. Anyways, Southampton, Wolverhampton. The Battle of Hamptons.
The Hampton Derby.
Adzi, what do you think of this one? It was great.
It's as awful as it sounds. I'll be deadly serious with you. The highlight of the first half was an Oriol Romeo shot in the 37th minute that went comfortably about 60 yards over the bar.
Was that the only shot of the game, was it?
It was awful. Second half was much better now, I have to say. A lot of tasty tackles flying in early on. And it was at this point, because I was zoning out of the Hampton Derby, as we like to call it, zoning in and out of Wolves, in particular in the first half, just because they weren't great. And I didn't notice this until a certain point, but Ralph Hasenhüttl has got rid of the waistcoat. That deserves a round of applause. That is all our hard work done. For saying he was in Mamma Mia, for saying he was a Billy Joel tribute act. He's not wearing his waistcoat purely because of us. And I think anyone in this football community should be thanking the Onlyfanz Football Podcast, Adzi and Cran, dearly, because Hasenhüttl looked like a waiter on a cruise with that waistcoat on, and I'm absolutely delighted that he's after taking it off.
I heard he was crying the day you said
Yeah,
that.
I heard he was crying as well.
Into his pillow.
Yeah.
Anyways, I actually want to talk about the Jimenez goal really quickly, and then we'll move on to Arsenal Spurs. Wasn't it just great to see him? It was almost Messi-esque, the goal. And for that to be his first goal back since he got a big clatter in the school, that he had to go through surgery and all that, and his recovery, I thought it was a wholesome moment. I would describe it as.
Yeah, absolutely,
lovely,
absolutely. Yeah, it was a hoofed ball by Sa, who won the day, by the way. Orlando Sa, I think that's his name. He had a cracking game. He was very good all game. Good assist for him, and yeah, the goal itself was great. A lot of shimmies, a lot of fake shots. He obviously played the new FIFA, and yeah, it was a great goal. I genuinely was delighted for him. And it's the kind of moment, Jimenez could have died. You know what I mean? He could have died when he got that hit. So yeah, it's the kind of moment that the Premier League's built for. Great heartwarming moment, and yeah, it's the kind of thing that brings a tear to a glass eye.
Yeah,
and I was delighted for him, and yeah, genuinely, he was close to getting my Hall of Fame this week. But yeah, Raúl Jimenez, what a player.
What a player. That game ended 1-0 to Wolves. We'll move on to Arsenal versus Spurs, the final game we'll talk about. Obviously, the Palace-Brighton game's going on at the moment. 1-0 to Palace. But ESR, I had this one. Arsenal 3, Spurs 1. And I thought Emile Smith-Rowe was absolutely brilliant in the game. I thought Saka was brilliant. Ramsdale, very good. And you know what? I looked at the Arsenal team at the start and I was thinking, this is actually a team that can compete. You had the likes of Partey in the middle, who's a very good midfielder. Ramsdale, who's solid in goal. And then Tommy Asu, who's having a great start. And then you had White, Gabriel, Tierney. Good back four. And I think this middle three, for me, is something that can be very dangerous if Arteta gets it together. Odegaard, Smith-Rowe and Saka together. They look really dangerous. Smith-Rowe got the goal. Saka got a goal. And Aubameyang got a goal. And Aubameyang up front, it's going to be very threatening this season. I actually think Arsenal, believe it or not, despite my comments last week, I think it looks bright for them if they keep this lineup fit. Spurs, absolutely awful. Kane, didn't have a good game whatsoever. Had a few chances and missed them all. And yeah, Spurs, I don't know what's going on. 3-1, 2-3-0 losses before that. And it was grim in the London derby. You'd expect Spurs to be Arsenal, but I think one positive is your man Brian Gill looks good.
Yeah, he's like Howard Wolowitz from Big Bang Theory, isn't he? No, he's very good. He doesn't play like him in anyways, which is the main thing. Yeah, Arsenal great. Sorry, jeez, that's like predictive text. That is, Arsenal were poor. Now Arsenal are great, to be fair, and the balance of the team looked really good. Yeah, I think if they could get rid of Xhaka, I know he's good the weekend. This is Granit Xhaka, sorry, not Saka. Granit Xhaka, if they could get someone in to replace him, would be a bit more confident. That three behind the Elba in Odegaard, Smith-Rowe and Saka is very, very threatening. Yeah, Spurs is poor. They should really just sack Kane off. I know they don't mean actually sack him, but I mean put him on the bench for a while because they were so much better without him. And yeah, I think that's that anyways.
Yeah, that was the weekend that was. I'm just going to run through the top six very, very quickly and then we'll move on to the rest of the stuff because it is getting 6 games in, we're getting into the juicy part of the season. So on top we have, or 6 I'll start with, we have Brighton currently losing to Palace at home, 12 points. Everton 13 at 5th. United 4th, 13. Chelsea 3rd, 13. Man City 2nd, 13. And Liverpool 1st with 14. So it's very tight. Very, very tight indeed.
We go to God of the Week real quick, will we?
God of the Week.
For me, and anyways, it's Raúl Jimenez. I just think it was a beautiful moment and something that'll be looked back fondly in years to come. It was a great goal and a really, 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 really happy for him, I'd say.
Well, I know my God of the Week, actually. I'm going to give it to Vardy. I think the fact he scored an own goal and scored 2 goals after is just absolutely impeccable. And the goals are unbelievable as well. I think he's aging like fine wine. I'm going to give it to him. We'll move quickly. Goal of the week.
Yeah, Jimenez for me for goal of the week again. I just think it was a great goal. I think everything it symbolises was great as well.
I'm going to give my goal of the week to Mikhail.
Yeah.
Antonio, baby.
Can't complain about that now. It's another cracking goal, to be fair.
Yeah. A lovely little flick and a buried finish. And Adzi, I'm going to say it again. All right. I said it last week. I was down in Hout for a fit last week. And I have to say, my ma texted me in college this morning. She was like, Kieran, can you take the cod out of the freezer? And I was, of course, I wasn't at home, so I couldn't. But you know what? That's a beautiful segue into cod of the week.
This fella Ronaldo is a cod.
And our cod of the week this week is
Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes.
God, the one and only. He's like Chesney Hawkes is, but except he's missing penalties instead of selling songs. Yes, it was a horrible penalty from Bruno Fernandes, wasn't it? It was great to watch it.
I actually thought I was watching Dublin playing Croke Park. Yeah. he was sticking over the bar. He thought he was going for points.
Yeah, what you do is, man, you take your points and the goals will come. That's what they say, isn't it? And you definitely won't be taking the penalty again. So, to anyone who has Bruno on the fancy football, I would probably be taking him out of the team. Moving on swiftly to our Euro Trash and Euro Treasure Cram. Your Euro Treasure this week is...
My Euro Treasure this week comes from the Rome derby between Lazio and Roma. And it goes to Mr. Pedro Rodriguez. scored a goal in the Rome derby. He was playing for Roma last season, but he wasn't playing for Roma this season. He was playing for Lazio. He scored a goal against Roma and he celebrated. And I just think that is just, very good professionalism, but also kind of scummy at the same time. And I think, that deserves respect. Scummy. So, anyways, Rome, I'm getting well into Roma. I'm getting round to Serie A because I'm going over to Rome next month. So, I thought the Rome derby was great. 3-2 game, Lazio won. That's that.
Yeah, you can't go wrong, man. My Euro Trash this week is, now it comes from Serie A again. And my Euro Treasure this week comes from Serie A. My Euro Trash also comes from Serie A. So a little spoiler there. But yeah, my Euro Treasure this week is something that I've never seen before in my life. And it's Matteo Destro scoring a goal for Genoa in the Serie A. And the special thing about this goal was he had a bottle of water in his hand. He was holding a bottle of water. He took a point, I want to say 2 defenders and chipped it over the goalkeeper. It was a smashing goal. It was a great goal, and I've never seen it done before. I was thinking to myself, there has to be something illegal about this. Surely you can't be holding a bottle of water. But took a sip of the water after, and off he went.
I was thinking, how did he celebrate? Did he pour his water all over his head or something like that?
He done a Triple H and poured it all into his mouth and then spat it out of nowhere.
That sounds great, man. Not gonna lie. My Euro Trash this week goes to Atletico Madrid.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say, absolutely awful result for them. Losing 1-0 to Deportivo Alaves, who are bottom of the league, or literally dead bottom, like 20th or something. Their only win is coming against Atletico. They lost 1-0.
They have a great squad as well, do Atleti. I'm surprised they lost that. But yeah.
Suarez and Griezmann up front, man. What are they doing?
Cunha on the bench. They have Felix on the bench. They have good players. But my Euro Trash this week comes from the Milan game. I think it was Milan and Spezia, I want to say is their name. But yeah, my Euro Trash this week is the Milan physio fingering Rafael Leao's nose with Vic.
I want to get a bit of context from that. What how did that happen?
I was just looking at you there and you literally, I don't think you knew whether to laugh or cry. Rafael Leao, he was getting ready to come on and the physio was putting Vic on his chest, and instead of wiping on his jersey or something, he just put it in his nose. And it was like, I got the COVID test last week for the first time, and it was easily the weirdest sensation I've ever felt in my nose, and something I never want to feel again. So yeah, I'd say Rafael Leao had a horrible sensation with the Vic up his nose, and your man got right up in it as well. Like I say, he was playing with his bleeding brain or something. I don't know, but yeah, wasn't pretty. That's my Euro trash this week.
Less of the details, Andy, for fuck's sake.
Out of everything that happened in the footballing world in Europe, I'm giving it to a physio who pulled Vic up a player's nose.
Hall of Fame this week. What we thinking?
Yeah. I really there was a lot of things actually I wanted to put in the Hall of Fame this week. One being Raul Jimenez, another being Martinez of Villa for shithousing against United. But I'm gonna go with something, and I kind of feel it close to my heart because we live in a world where, and I'm being serious now for anyone that thinks there's a punchline coming, I'm being deadly serious here. We live in a world that's full of hate, it's full of tragedy, it's full of sorrow, and I like to think this platform that we have, we give someone a bit of laugh, a bit of crack, something to look forward to in ways. It's just two people taking the piss. But my Hall of Fame this week goes to a young lad, young Fulham fan, Reece Porter, and the Fulham celebration with him. He's a young fella with cerebral palsy. He's only 13 years of age, and he got abused on the internet for a TikTok he made. I think he was playing football in or something. I don't really know what TikTok was, but he got abused for it. And I think if you're abusing a child with cerebral palsy, 13 years of age, there's something not right there. And I think, as I said, the world's a harsh enough place. The last thing it needs is people, giving abuse to a child with a disability. And I'm a firm believer in stuff like, if you can't be good, then don't be bad. And okay, let this young fella do what he wants to do. If he wants to put up a TikTok and play football, there's no need to abuse him. But yeah, my Hall of Fame this week goes to the Fulham team and their celebrations with this young lad. It was great to see. It was a great show of solidarity for him. And yeah, fair play to him. And yeah, fair play to the Fulham team for that.
Say, Azzy, well said there. I don't know if I can put anything up against that now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go for the Courtineers though, for their shithouse of Man United.
Oh my god!
I have to say it was just beautiful how they arranged a concert to just screw over United, and
and it worked as well.
That's
it. Sorry, hold on, Brighton. Brighton have scored in the last minute, man.
No way.
Who was it? I'm so sorry about that, man. Oh my god.
Who scored?
Neil Maupay. 1-1.
Maupay, you're a cheat. And I hope Brighton.
Man. Oh my god, man. That is mad. Sorry, yeah, but you're not 19 forever. What a tune.
So I'm going to go for the Courtineers anyway. I thought it was funny how United had to play a game at 12:30 and they lost. So, and no TV for the United fans as well. Gas.
Yeah. The amount of illegal streams, I say Total Sport Tech was working overtime on Saturday morning.
They're like hamsters on wheels.
All for them to see Bruno missing a penalty in the last minute.
Oh no, Adzi.
But yeah, the Courtineers going up against young Fulham fan and Fulham celebrations. And that's our Hall of Fame this week.
It is. And very quickly, I'd like to say Hwang will be going in this week as well because I forgot to put him in.
Oh, sugar, yeah.
On Thursday.
And so. Hwang's commentary and Haller now, I think. That's who's in, isn't it?
Yeah. So
yeah, right, so.
We will go and we will go.
We're going to do something different this week, Cran, aren't we? We're going to do something this week. We're going to trial something. Well, it's not really a trial. It's our show. We can do whatever we like, to be honest. But we're going to do something different this week. Instead of get it out, we're going to do like a quick fire Champions League prediction. We missed it last time around and both of us were kind of disappointed because, I mean, I don't know if I'm speaking for you when I say this, but the Champions League is firmly my favourite competition, without a shadow of a doubt. So I think we should incorporate more into the podcast. I hope you have the fixtures there. I assume you do. I do. We're going to say the Champions League fixture, and then we're going to count to 3 and both predict it there on the spot. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoys. Now get it out this week, unfortunately.
But Azzy,
something different.
Before we go ahead, you have to say it because we do it every week. Get it out.
Get out, Manchester. And it works as well because United got knocked out of the League Cup. Right, that's my last dig. That's my last dig at United, I swear.
Yeah. I'll believe it when it actually happens. But no. We'll have Get It Out back next week probably, but this week...
Yeah, and get your Get It Out shouts into the podcast as well. We really appreciate them.
Yeah. Group A, Adzi. We'll start with Group A. Paris against City. 3-2-1. Paris.
Yeah.
Okay. Both predicting
I think
Paris.
PSG at home. Oh, well, we're not going to get into it, but I think PSG at home have the advantage.
RB Leipzig against Club Brugge. 3-2-1.
Leipzig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Club Brugge, get out. Group B. AC Milan against Atleti. 3-2-1.
Milan,
yeah. FC Porto against Liverpool. 3-2-1. Liverpool. Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
4. All 4 so far. Ajax against Besiktas.
Oh, that's a good fixture, man.
3-2-1. Besiktas.
Ajax.
Oh. I've gone for Besiktas. Borussia Dortmund against Sporting. 3-2-1. Addy sipping water. I'm going for Dortmund.
Dortmund, yeah.
Yo. Group D. Shakhtar Inter. 3-2-1. Inter.
Sorry, Shakhtar.
Oh.
Shakhtar at home.
Yeah, no, Inter have had a bad start. I shouldn't have said Inter. But you're right, Shakhtar. I'm going to go Inter. Fuck it. Real Madrid, Sheriff. 3-2-1. Draw.
There's a new sheriff in town. Sorry, Madrid.
Oh. I've gone for a cheeky draw there. I really rate Sheriff. Group E, the Wednesday. Bayern Munich, Dynamo Kiev. 3-2-1. Munich.
Bayern.
Yeah. Benfica, Barcelona. Benfica at home. 3-2-1. Benfica. Oh.
That's a good game, man.
Barca getting shafted, man. Atlanta, Young Boys. Shout out Young Boys for beating United. Oh, there's another dig. Apologies. Atlanta, Young Boys. 3-2-1. Atlanta.
All day, every day.
Adzi loves Atlanta.
Absolutely.
United, Villarreal. 3-2-1. United.
David De Gea missed the penalty last minute. Villarreal.
Oh. Salzburg, Lille. 3-2-1. Lille.
I couldn't care less. Sorry, Lille.
I couldn't care less as an answer as well, by the way. Wolfsburg, Sevilla. 3-2-1. Sevilla.
Sevilla.
Yeah.
Zenit,
Malmo. 3.
Christ, what an awful game.
3-2-1. Zenit.
Malmo.
Oh.
Ooh.
Explain that one, actually. What do you see in Malmo?
Just something different, isn't it? I prefer Sweden have Malmo and Sweden have ABBA, while Russia have Putin. So I prefer ABBA to Putin.
I love that logic.
Did you get all that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The last game.
Juventus, Chelsea. This is a big one for me. 3-2-1 draw.
Oh,
yeah.
We both say draw there, did we?
Yeah, we both said draw. I think a draw would be a great result. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that Champions League predictions. Very quick fire, so to speak. But yeah, let us know anyway. Champions League, how we feeling? It is a lovely competition. I love the Champions League.
That is that, and as ever, hit us up on the Instagram, the Twitter, the YouTube, the Spotify. We really appreciate the love. Want to give a quick shout out to one of the lads in college, David, my good friend. He wants to come on the podcast to talk about Stephen Kenny at some stage. So we'll try and sort that out.
I don't want him on to talk about Stephen Kenny, so go away.
He's a Stephen Kenny hater. He's an interesting opinions on Kenny. We'll try and get him on anyways. But yeah, appreciate all the love, all the things that comes with it. You're a great bunch. And yeah, thanks for 10 episodes, Gran.
Yeah, and Anzi, I had to say, the international break is sneaking up, and I don't want it to sneak up on us. But we have
a Mick McCarthy shaped surprise, so let's just leave it at that.
It's shaped like his head.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you everyone for listening, and we'll leave it there. So.